Greetings, guys. M.V.K here, back again. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's well, my comic fans. And today, we are here because I'm here to deliver a comic review of a Marvel comic that I have been long waiting for. And I told you guys before that I would review it when it came out. And what book is that? It was under Marvel, and it's the first issue of Bloodline, Daughter of Blade. I got the variant cover. I did like this cover. I didn't mind the original cover, with her and her dad on the cover, but I was very much interested in getting this cover because this just looked badass very much. So David Lohr is the writer, and Karen S. Darbo is the artist. And this is long in the waiting, guys. Remember, this kind of should have already came out. We already should have known Blade had a child. Remember, back in a couple of years ago, they were going to do Blade, the daughter of Blade, but I forget the name wasn't going to be Brielle in this. It was going to be a different name. And they showed images of what she was going to look like and everything, and she was going to be a chip off the old block. This is a very good take, and I'm kind of glad that they just didn't kind of try to mimic what I guess that the other one was going to be. For example, this takes place in Atlanta. She was going to be from Oregon, if I remember. But here, Brielle is an average teenage girl, smart, got a good support group from her mom. More importantly, good friends. It's that ATL vibe. You get a good sense of an ATL vibe. But also, I gotta give Mr. Lohr a lot of credit. You get this screams Buffy the Vampire. Got big Buffy the Vampire Slayer vibes from here, in a sense. She knows. What's really interesting is that Brielle knows she's different, and she goes into detail of explaining that every night, in some cases, she experiences something different. Like in some points, she may have her strength may be above strength. She may be faster. There's some nights. There's even one night, and in this book, really, they even show like she's got night vision at one. So she knows she's getting these powers are coming from somewhere. And we do get to see that her mom, who knew Blade, of course, knows about vampires, and a vampire does come when they're walking one night, and they get into it. And Brielle is not scared. She's right there in it, in the thick of things, ready to fight. Fighting this creature of the night with her mom. And I love it where her mom's just like, I never thought I'd have to use this thing again. She pulls out a stake and she stabs the vampire. Little did we know, in school, Brielle is, she's, a typical teenage girl. There are times it looked like she's on the up and up, and then there's times she's like, it's almost like she doesn't want to be in school. And a new girl comes into school, and I want to remember her name. Her name is Whitney. And Whitney comes to the school, and Brielle kind of introduces herself, and Whitney's kind of like, I heard what the teacher said. She's very jaded and very kind of, keeping her at a distance. And some of her friends are like, that wasn't very nice. Like, why did she do that? But still, the point is, Brielle is going out at night. She's going out, and she's even said, there's even a scene, I'll even show it, where she basically goes into this like Addams Family like house, and is like, time, let's go hunting. She she has the vibes, and she's looking for someone, and of course then she runs into a certain someone in here. I won't spoil what it is, but she's going toe to toe with Bree, and and the person is calling her a bloodsucker and things like that. Lo and behold, Blade gets a call. Blade is somewhere. We see Blade. We see Eric, Mr. Brooks. He's all fighting vampires somewhere, and then he calls in a favor to T'Challa, and he says, T'Challa, I need you to send a plane. I need to get somewhere. And T'Challa's like, he even says, like, you sent me a plane that usually that's, and T'Challa even kind of says, like, kind of my status quo doesn't allow me to usually bring the private jets anymore. You got to be reading Black Panther to understand what's going on. But he basically says, I got to go home. There's something that I have to do something. I have to go home. You see him right here talking to Blade he's talking to Black Panther on the phone, basically telling him I gotta go home. Black Panther's even telling him, like, do you really know what will happen if you leave and Dracula knows that you left? Because if you haven't been keeping up, Blade is kind of like the sheriff of like the vampire nation in a sense. It's really interesting. But outside of that, this was a very fun issue to incorporate a new character into the Marvel whole universe. I'm wondering for Brie, in terms of like what other powers does she have? Is it the strength, the speed, her eyesight get better because she could see at night, but being that she is I would say she's like 1/4 vampire, I guess, because Blade is a dampfire. He's half vampire, so it makes you wonder, like, how much of the vampiric, that sense of, will she have a craving for blood? That's the one thing I'm looking at. But this was very, very, very Buffy. And which Buffy, you take your pick, because I got a sense from both the movie and the series. But it was good, nonetheless. This was fun. I do still have the digital code. I will post it on my Twitter once this video is up. But outside of that, Bloodline, Daughter of Blade. This was fun. It was good. It was, a lot of it was, the storytelling was there, but it was fine nonetheless. I am looking forward to seeing what more does Brielle have, and of course, what's with the certain someone she met at the end. Who is she really? Outside of that, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this review. I will see you guys next time. Thank you very much for listening, and I will see you next time. Y'all take care.